In this video series we will show you how to check the machine accuracy and calibrate your machine if necessary. Part 2 of 3 shows how to check the machine accuracy. We will demonstrate this task using an R5, but the required steps for all models are very similar. There are 3 different test specimens depending on your machine. We will show you how to measure each one. At delivery, your machine is already calibrated and the accuracy has been verified. In addition, the accuracy is regularly checked during preventive maintenance by your service partner. Usually you do not have to check the accuracy of your machine yourself. In case of unsatisfactory processing results, first check the maintenance list in Dental CNC for pending tasks. Make sure that the tool lifetime is not exceeded, that the collet chuck has been properly cleaned and that the blank is properly fixated. To manufacture a test specimen, you need the calibration set, which is delivered with your machine. This set consists of the following items: a micrometer for measuring the test and calibration specimens, special blanks or blocks from which calibration and test specimens are milled, and the dedicated tool used to mill calibration and test specimens. Only if specific instructions tell you to calibrate the machine you should skip checking the machine accuracy. In order to check the accuracy of your machine, start manufacturing a test specimen. Then measure this test specimen with the micrometer and compare the measured values to the expected values in the user manual of Dental CNC. If one or more measured values are out of tolerance, you may be able to improve the machine accuracy by recalibrating the machine. In Dental CNC, open the application settings and navigate to the machine maintenance view. Select Test Specimen. Dental CNC opens the machining view. The job for the test specimen now displays in the job list. Mount a disc or block from the calibration set into the working chamber. For the R5, mount the disc directly into the blank holder and do not use the blank changer. For the N4 and N4 Plus, you need to prepare the blanks. Insert the shafts into the recesses and align the openings for the screws with the respective openings in the blank. Then screw down the shafts tightly. Insert the required tool and make sure that the tool lifetime hasn't been exceeded. Start the job. When the job is completed, remove the disc from the holder and separate the test specimen from the disc. If your machine is an E5, N4 Plus, R5, K5, K5 Plus or from the S series, separate the measuring spot, M, from the test specimen as well. Clean the individual parts of the test specimen with a brush. Make sure there are no machining residues left before measuring. Label the test specimen with a name and current date. Prepare and use the micrometer as shown in part 1 of 3 in this video series. Using the micrometer correctly. You can find the link in the video description below. Open the help article on calibration at dentalportal.info as shown, or select the link to the help article in the video description below. Scroll down to step 2.7 and open the machine-specific drop-down section. The section contains a table which lists the tolerance ranges for a manual check on the left, and a check table for an automatic check on the right. For this, you need to enter your measured values into the check table. Alternatively, you can record your measured values on a piece of paper and manually compare them with the machine-specific tolerances. The test specimen for the S series, K5, K5 Plus, E5 and R5 use 2 symbols to mark measuring points. Circles and bars. If your test specimen has slanted surfaces, you can ignore them for this task. Start measuring the width of the outer cube, which is labeled with 1 circle. Measure each point at least twice to make sure that the measured values are correct. Enter the measured value into the corresponding check table input field. Next, measure the height of the same cube and enter the value. Continue until you have measured all 4 cubes. Notice, to measure the width of cube M, rotate the cube as shown in the video, and position the micrometer at the top of the cube or your measured values will be greatly falsified. Measure the width and height of the cube, M, and enter the values. Next, measure the height of the measuring points labeled with bars and enter the values. The test specimens for the N4 and N4 Plus use 2 symbols to mark measuring points as well: circles and bars. Start measuring the width of the outer cube, which is labeled with 1 circle. Measure each point at least twice to make sure that the measured values are correct. Enter the measured value into the corresponding check table input field. Next, measure the height of the same cube and enter the value. Continue until you have measured all 4 cubes. Notice, to measure the width of cube M, rotate the cube as shown in the video, and position the micrometer at the top of the cube or your measured values will be greatly falsified. Measure the width and height of the cube, M, and enter the values. Next, measure the height of the measuring points labeled with bars and enter the values. There are 3 measuring points on the Z4 and E4 test specimen: Z1, Z2, and Z3. Additionally, you need to measure the line segments X and Y. Start with measuring the width of the line segments X and Y. Enter the measured value into the corresponding check table input field. Measure each point at least twice to make sure that the measured values are correct. Next, measure the height of the measuring points Z1, Z2, and Z3. Enter the values. After you have determined all the required measurements, check whether the measured values lie within the specified tolerance range or not. For this, select Check. Your measured values are checked against the tolerance ranges. Values outside the tolerance are marked red. If a measured value is out of tolerance, a recalibration of the machine is recommended. In this case, proceed directly with part 3 of 3 in this video series, Calibrating Your Machine, which is linked in the video description below. For a comprehensive knowledge base about VHF dental machines and DentalCam, visit dentalportal.info. We hope that this was helpful. Thank you for watching.